Vedic prayer. Sarvastaratu durgani Sarvo Bhadrani Pashyatu Sarvasad Buddhimapnotu Sarvatra Nandatu Hari Om. This is the prayer, and it says, let everyone be free from miseries. Sarvas taratu durgani. Durgati, misery. So let everyone be free from the misery. Sarvo bhadrani pashyatu. And it says that let everyone seek good in others, of course. In others, in himself and everything. Let everyone see good. This is also second and third. Sarva sad buddhimapnotu. Sarva sad buddhi. The positive idea. Let everyone have the positive idea, and then sarva, sarvatra, nandatu. Let everyone, everywhere be happy. So this is a wonderful prayer. Let everyone, everywhere be happy, and that way people are praying for the happiness. Now I like to have, today is a sort of an introduction, tomorrow again in 2 sessions with deep discussions we will have. Now let us have a little survey. How many of us do not want happiness? Please raise your hands. No. How many of us want happiness? Yeah, please raise your hand. That means each and every one, including me too. Now the thing is, not that we were not happy, we got our happiness in different times. I'm not asking you the private thing, but suppose I ask if any one of you volunteer, when you were a child, which made you happy? Any one of you? Please tell me.
What made me happy? If I went somewhere, traveled to a new place, or read a new book, that would make me really happy.
So, like getting a book,
Yeah.
or visiting somewhere, like that. Almost every one of us. So when we were children, they naturally, all these things, used to be so happy getting a kite, or the bicycle, or these, or that. We were getting the happiness, we were happy. Now where those happinesses have gone? It is in the memory. Now when I think about when we were students, children, we used to play, we used to have this fun and these and that, so many happinesses were there. But now it is in the memory. That means it has gone and it is not going to be coming back. Even it comes back, it won't give me that happiness. Suppose if I think that now if people are coming and giving me some balls or all the children as they play, but the elderly people won't be happy and they don't have time to do like that. That means happiness has 2 different things. One, temporary. Happiness is a permanent. Now majority of the books, if you go to Google search and if you see that definitions of happiness, the best 10 definitions, etc., they will give. All these people are talking about, the great people, they're talking about the happiness, temporary happiness. And that is why when a young boy, the child, that age, very young age, they are very happy with the friends and the games and the school and all this. Excited in the school that one class, I think seven standard boy, excited. What is it? It's a very big thing he was carrying. It will, I am going to show it. That is something practical in the science. So he is excited. Whole overnight he is working on that. The rope is going from here and these and that. So nothing is going to happen. Then afterwards it will be a trash. People will throw it. But for him it is a great joy. And then suppose in the school he gets he hears that he is a first boy or second, all these things give the happiness, temporary happiness. After that, and we know that we always make the small targets. So if I get this much money or this opportunity, I will do this, do that. All small target. And when we achieve that happiness comes, and then again it goes away. Another target we fix up and try to achieve that. Now the question is that we have to ask, are we happy with some temporary things? No. We need those things, but not that we are satisfied with that. So obviously we need some permanent happiness. So there are permanent and temporary. These are the two things always in our life, continuously. It is there. The one is Vyavaharika, another is Paramarthika. The mundane is Vyavaharika and spiritual is the Paramarthika. Parama Artha, the highest goal, Paramarthik, in Sanskrit it called, the highest. Now this life is these two things, the human life particularly, in every life, but the human life particularly is because they can discriminate, they can think. So this is also two. One is Vyavaharika, the temporary, another is Paramarthika. Which we want? Which one? That is Paramarthika and Vyavaharika. Now the standard that needs, am I ready for the Paramarthika? If not, then I should be happy with the Vyavaharika, whatever is coming in my life. So I should be genuinely try to get happiness in this life. Now again, when we talk about in this life happiness, there are varieties of things. Pizza is a thing which makes some people very happy, some people unhappy. Same thing. So naturally, happiness also depends on the items, the things. Sometimes I like, sometimes I dislike. The one person, he is a master in vocal song. And in the classical vocal song, they prepare the song, or sometimes even the instrumental music. There will be at least 10, 15, half an hour they will go on. That's called preparation. What is that term?
Alap.
Huh? Alap. That's the particular term is alap. And they are going on preparing, and the people are bored. They're thinking when he is going to sing. But those who understand, they say, no, they hear, he is already singing. What is the song? Same thing he is repeating again and again. See, the same thing is happening, but it is affecting in two different ways. So that means what? The happiness, it depends on my choice. Though whether I like it or not, that depends on my choice. So these are the things that we have to keep in our mind. Each and every one, even the animals, the birds, human being of course, each and every one of us, we need happiness, we like happiness, we are striving for happiness. But what is actually happiness? We do not know. There are some people, ruthless people, cruel people, when they see that somebody is suffering, when they are beating them or throwing stone at them, they're so happy. They feel joy when they see the suffering of others. It is also there. And there are some people, they will go a long way to help others, taking all the difficulties. They will go, and when they see that person whom he was serving or she was serving is now in a good condition, they are very happy. So happiness, it is temporary, it is permanent. We will talk about the permanent one afterwards. Now the temporary. And if we give a Sanskrit name, Vyavaharika, these worldly things, and it changes. Why? Why it changes? I'm asking the question.
You say that.
We change, and world is also changing. The samsara, we call it samsara, and the Sanskrit names they keep, and after thinking a lot, constantly changing, samyak, constantly changing, sarati, sarati means changing, ya, that, sa, samyak, sarati, ya, sa, samsara. Constantly changing, anything that is constantly changing is samsara. Now, that which is changing, if we want that as my source of happiness, so what will happen? Then naturally, this thing also going every time. Now, when we sit and think that I am unhappy, I just say I am unhappy. And my mind is becoming conditioned because I am thinking that I am unhappy. Why? I am thinking that I am unhappy. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you think positively, positive you will become. If you think negatively, negative you will become. So, always try to think that I am happy. Whatever situation, whatever the condition, whatever the people all around, I am happy. If you are suggesting yourself that I am happy, I am free, you will be happy yourself. Because things are changing. Like this moment, I am not, but I am happy. Okay, I am waiting. Then the favorable situation will come, I will be happy also. So this is the thing. Now, one little girl, she was trying to catch her own shadow. And you can understand what is happening. She is going on trying to touch her own shadow, and it is also moving. She was going on, then afterwards she got tired, started crying. Then one person was watching her. Then he came and told, you stand over here. You want to catch your shadow? Yes. I cannot catch this. Okay, you stand here. And this is your shadow, right? Yes. Now, touch your head with your hand. And she did. And see, you have got this hand. I have to hold myself. The moment I can, then everything changes. So all depends on me. The happiness, unhappiness, all depends on me. This is a very great lesson that we must learn. Right from the beginning of our life, as a baby, we have the choices. We don't like to drink milk, or we like to eat this, we like to do that, this type of dress, this type of the frame. So many things, choices are there. If you have a very strong that likings and dislikings, you are going to suffer. Why? Because you won't get that all the time. Sometimes you will get what you want, that is all right, but most of the time you won't. So that happiness, when you were discussing, is a very important topic. When I came here in the washroom, I found a body wash, true happiness. It is written on that, true happiness. Everyone, even when you are bathing, then I took one drop and tried to understand what is it. The true happiness, if you are feeling that after bathing, oh, I am fresh, you are fresh. And when you are thinking, no, I am not, you are not. It's all depending on us, on my mind. The friends, we have to be very, very careful. We cannot live without happiness. Every moment we want happiness. But we should understand the reality of happiness. What is that reality? That there are two different types of happinesses. One is permanent, another is temporary. We need both. Otherwise we cannot survive. Here in this world we are living, and we'll be here maybe now because of the better the weather and the medicine and the food. Longevity is growing, and most of the people, 93, 94, majority of the people. And previously it was only 50, 55. So when somebody is 40, they used to call him the old man. Oh, poor old man, 40. And 40 we begin our life now. So 40 is nothing. So this is changing. But we are thinking, if I could get that, I could be very happy. Now there's a story. I think Rabindranath has written that story. Ichha Puran, the fulfillment of the desire. Ichha Puran, the fulfillment. What is that Ichha? An old person, he used to sit in a corner, he used to see the children playing, and he used to think, oh, if I could become once again like those children, I could enjoy my life. And a young boy, he used to think, if I could grow older, I could be free, I could go anywhere I like, I could spend that much I want, etc. So they were praying to the same God. Of course, not knowing each other's prayer. And the God told, okay, let your desire be fulfilled. Now this young boy became old and the old one became young. And the whole story is this, both were suffering. Then once again they went back to the God and said, please make me the old self. So when we pray, when we desire, when we wish, then what happens? If it comes to us, again the problem. So the happiness is a big question. That what actually happiness is. What is happiness for me is a punishment for other. Why? Because I have a monastic mentality. I always try to be alone. I always try to talk about God. And I always feel happy when I listen to the bhajans. And all these things is my liking. And suppose I had a very close friend. And he once came and told, can I ask you a question, personal question? Yes. Please I don't feel that you have to give the answer, but I'd like to know, how will you live all alone? And if you become me, then you will understand it. And I wonder how you constantly living with so many people. So when I go, I just pack up my bag, I go, I don't bother for anybody else, I'm totally free. And as a family man, he cannot. The wife will say something, daughter will say something, son will say something, he has to go constantly go on doing like that. And he enjoys it. One gentleman came and said, I cannot live alone, that something happened with his wife, so what to do, etc. So what is happiness? Each and every step, if we think that happiness means something which I need. I need in my own way, according to my thinking, according to my wishes. And obviously, anything that I am asking from this world is going to be temporary. Today I am happy, and now this run for the White House is going on. Now slowly the marathon, now the two are coming. The tension, you can understand, that they cannot sleep even in the night. Every moment they are thinking, I should go and meet this man, that man. Then suppose one become the president. So naturally one will become the president. And afterwards there will be all greetings and all these things. 1 month is very good. Then the problem will come, his decision will be criticized. And then it will be a misery. Then after 4 years he will say, okay, thank you very much, I don't want to be again. The highest post, even then, he is not happy. Why? Because of this all surroundings. But he is trying to be happy and he is thinking, I will be the happiest man in the world. He is supposed to be. He is getting everything. Even then there is no happiness. Then where is happiness? This is the question. And this is temporary and permanent. It goes Paramarthika and Vyavaharika. And naturally, they always go on asking this question. In the Mahabharata, this question was asked to Bhishma. Sir, who is a happy person? And the Bhishma said, self-restrained. One who is self-restrained, he is a happy man. See, that is the main thing. I want to be happy. I should tell myself, I have chosen this path. And I am happy here. Many of the monks, they are very unhappy. Why? They have chosen their path, then afterwards they found this is not their cup of tea. Now they cannot go back and they cannot leave, and it's the in-between condition, suffering. Householders are also, if you go and see some people, they will come and say, Swamiji, can I stay here in the ashrama? I will do everything. Give me a small room. I want to. What happened? You have a very big house over there. The home is there. But no. Why? Now he is not happy. But once you have taken the decision that I am going to do this, be satisfied. Whatever is comes, I have chosen. So this is my life. I have chosen. I am happy. So he said, Bhishma said, self-restraint. Atma Sanyama. Atma Sanyama, that is very, very important. Otherwise you cannot. One that is self-restraint, and that goes in the Mahabharata, sleeps well. That's the first thing. Now, if you have the control over yourself, over your mind, so no anxiety. And when there is no anxiety, you can sleep well. Majority of the people, they cannot sleep well. The very rich people, successful, the businessmen, they cannot sleep well. And other people, there are many, they cannot. But Ma Sharada Muni Devi is telling, my children can at least sleep well. Whether they realize the God or not. Children means those who are monks. At least they know God and at least they can sleep well. That is a great thing. So this is, they say, as a self-restrained person can sleep well, happily, wakes happily, moves happily in this world, and his mind is always remaining cheerful. If you look at the names of the monks, Dasanamai Sampradaya, that Shankaracharya, he gave these names. End of each name is Ananda. In India, the rule is, if you are a monk, then your father's name your father is the Swami who has given you monkhood. The Guru is our father. So in the passport, my father's name, my Guru's name. So naturally, but the person who was going through that paper, he said, your father is also Ananda, you are also Ananda, what is that? But we are all happy people, so we are Ananda. But before coming over here, they said it won't go over. America won't take it, but you have to give the father's name, the biological father, etc., etc. So this is the way it goes. You have to be self-restrained, and you have to be. And why the name of a monk is always Ananda? The Shankaracharya gave to remind again and again, you are supposed to be happy. If a monk is not happy, then who is going to be happy? You're supposed to be happy. That's why it's a reminder. Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Turiyananda, Shivananda, all names, at the end it is Ananda, happy. But have you noticed in the beginning of the name, Swami, beginning of names of this Dasnami Sampradaya is Swami. Swami means the master of your own senses. A man can be happy, the Bhishma, Mahabharata, he said, if he is self-restrained. And the Swami, fast, he has to develop self-restrained. That is called Swami, the master. The master of what? Master of the senses. And we have 5 senses, and at the back of the 5 senses, mind is sitting. And the mind is actually accumulating all this information. And the sense organs, they are going out and bringing all the information, giving it to mind. Mind is keeping it, judging it, reacting. So it goes on like this. So to become happy, first you have to control your sense organs. You should not hear or listen to those things which can make you unnecessarily agitated. You should not see those things which will make you sorry. So all these things are there, we have to control. So hearing, seeing, and discussing. Sometimes we go on discussing about all bad things. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he told, never enter into my room with the newspaper in your hand. All gossips are there in the newspaper always, and most of the time they tell lies. So naturally, if you are reading like that, your mind is also big. But suppose you are a professional, you are a reporter, and you are analyzing all those things, that is your job, of course your job. But at the same time, you should try to clean your mind of all that. This is my job, I do, and then I forget. I am not going to take it inside. How it is? Like the Shiva. The Shiva, he took the poison, he drank the poison. This is a story. But what actually mean? He kept it over here only. Never allowed it go down and react in the body. He kept it over here. So he became Nilakanta. Similarly, in our life also, in our day-to-day life, we are working in different capacities, different type of problems are coming. Everything we have to keep up to this. We won't allow it to go and assimilate in our system and react. No. If you can do that, that is the Shiva. It's not that really he took that, the venom, the poison, not like that. It's all different way. So who can be? And here the Yudhishthira is asking this question and Bhishma is replying. So self-restrained person, it goes on like this. And slowly, friends, we will be discussing in the different viewpoints how to get the happiness. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, it says that Sa Esha Anandasya Mimamsa Bhavati. This then is the evaluation of that bliss. They're evaluating the bliss, happiness of the worldly happiness. What is the evaluation? There's a long list they have given. One after another, increasing. It says, human joy. What will be the human joy? Juba sad, sadhu yuva, adhyayaka, ashishta, dridishta, balishta. He says, suppose taseyam prithibhi sarva vrittasya purna syat sa eko manusha anandaha. How they are judging, analyzing. What can be the best enjoyment? The young body without any disease. So that is the yuva. The first yuva syat, and his character is very good. Sadhu yuva, and then he is ashishta, dridishta and balishta. He is having the moral, the strongness, and also physically strong, etc. Now that type of person is having tasya, that person is having prithibhi sarva vittasya purnasya. Whole, all over the world, whatever the treasure is there, wealth is there, all is given to that man, one person. That man physically very strong, and he is mentally also strong, is a good character, and now that man is having the wealth of the whole world. And at the same time, we can say that is the one unit of human joy. So they are holding the unit of joy like that. Whatever is there in this whole world. The one gentleman I knew, he told Swamiji, I am going to an island near the France. And what for? And the spatial, they will be developing the growing something, and from there the wine they made. And that's a fresh wine. To drink that we are going over there. I thought, my God, spending so much of money going over there. We can purchase here itself. No. We have to go over there. Only the very, very rich people are allowed to go into that island. So he wants to go to show that he is a rich man. The drinking of that wine is that not much important, but only to show the joy. So he has to enjoy everything that is there, everything. How much one can enjoy. So it is giving that one unit of a human joy, let the whole, all the wealth of the world given to that young man who is strong, who can really enjoy. Now suppose they were telling, I went to Pittsburgh, St. Petersburg, and he was telling, Swamiji, there is a very famous ice cream shop, let us go over there. I told, I can go from outside, I will see, because I don't take ice cream. So I cannot enjoy. If you have to come to America, you must come when you are young. So lot of food, lot of ice cream, enjoy. So this enjoyment, that much how that is there giving, and then is suppose 100% more, that is the enjoyment of the demigods. That again, if you are calculating in that way, again 100% more, 100 times more, not person, 100 times more, the real God. It goes, and then ultimately it goes to the Brahman, and it says, the Guru Brihaspati up to that, and then it says, but the bliss of Atman is no compare with that. So up to the Brahma, up to the Brihaspati, if you go on multiplying in 100 of the unit that human being was getting, from there if you go, and after that so much and so much. But still, the joy comparing with the Atma Jnana, It's nothing. So that's called temporary joy and permanent joy, and the permanent joy is this. And that is why one young boy, he went to the kingdom of Yama, and Nachiketa, you must have heard, all of you. And when the Nachiketa was tempting him, he was asking, Nachiketa, I will give you 3 boons. The first boon, then let my father be happy when I go back, etc. Immediately, okay. Then second, he said, I saw the people, they like to go to heaven. If I could tell them how to reach to heaven, where there is no problem for food and drink, it will be very good. Please teach me how to. Then also he said, okay. And third, when he said about the Atma Jnana, then he said, it is very, very difficult. Even the gods cannot understand it. Why you are asking this question? Rather, I will give you Ima, Rama, Sarata, Saturja, Nahidrisha, Lambaniya Manusai. I will give you all these things that a human being cannot think of. Even the gods also cannot enjoy, cannot get. Why don't you try that? And also, I will give you a long, long life. As long as you like to enjoy, you will be allowed to. I am the king of death. So I have that capacity. I will give you that long lifespan. Enjoy that. What he said? This young boy said, no. Tabai bubaha tabo nirta gite. Let all the enjoyment be yours. I don't want. I want the knowledge, the Atma Jnana. To be real happy, this Atma Jnana. Friends, tomorrow again we will see how the different religions, they are giving the answer to this question. Who is happy? How to be happy? So what is happiness? How to achieve that happiness? How I will know that I am happy? So these are the 3 questions we will discuss tomorrow. So now if you have any question, I can try to answer that. I think 10 minutes are left.
Right. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Dinner.
9 o'clock is the dinner. The question, answer and then preparation. 10, 15, 20 minutes is just left. Please ask if you have any question on the happiness. Yes.
But one of the problems of many of our masters, we understand theoretically that there is this great, great happiness in store.
Mm-hmm.
And we also believe people who have reached this. But on the moment, it is always the tangible, immediate satisfaction of an ice cream, for example, versus wait and be, have some control. How does one handle that day-to-day basis? It is all the time telling, no, the biggest happiness is waiting, please, please, please. Is that how you do it? Or how does one succeed? A versus B. Oh, and don't do this, and don't do that. It's always almost like don't do this kind of thing.
No. See, that's why Mahasharadamani Devi, Bhagavan, Sri Ramakrishna, their teachings, if you follow, they're telling if you have the desire to enjoy something, finish it. There's no problem.
So I should have had the ice cream.
Of course. But before that, you must be careful that you are not having this other problem.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, Maharaj.
So that is, this is nothing. And that's why the most of the time, the Bhagavan Buddha, he went, and in the beginning, he was trying to give up everything. I am not going to take anything. And he was becoming emaciated, his buddhi, his concentration was lost, he lost his thinking capacity. Then one lady suddenly came and she wanted to worship that tree. Seeing the Buddha sitting over there, thought this is the tree god. The simple lady, she gave that porridge, and then after eating that, again the nourishment came. What does it mean? Then afterwards, Lord Buddha said, Madhya Pantha, middle path. anything ati, anything all the time, excess that you are trying to do, Bharjaniya, in our the sadhana also, don't do anything in extreme way. That is all Bharjaniya. Middle way, that is the good. Go on that. Time will come when you will be capable enough to handle that. So as you were asking, all the small things are nothing. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself is going to visit the Jew garden. And that time, the first time in the whole India, undivided India, that was a museum they made. He went to that museum also. And he was seeing in the museum in different type of things displayed for the education. He was enjoying that, appreciating that. Then he is going and listening to the songs, dancing along with the song, talking with people and visiting also, having the appointment, I will go to you on that day. All these things are going on, but at the same time, constantly the mind is on the self, on the God. So this is very important. Any other questions?
Swamiji, by chance I had a chance to see a clipping of Swami Sarvapriyananda where it says to a small child, the instant, some people have the way to instantly gratify them, whatever may be the need. And even in a child, the characteristic is different. For some child, they have the control, they can control the self-gratification. Maybe I've given he has given an example of providing with a marshmallow. And he just, some of the child, they are instantly gratified by, they cannot wait. They want to have it immediately. Whereas, the child has been told that, okay, if you wait and if I come back after 10 minutes and if you take the marshmallow, if you can control that, I will give you some reward. And after an experiment, it was found that yes, indeed, there was some child who were self-controlled. So I just want to know that is it something in the soul that some people are very desirable, they want to, they want to run after they decide. But there are some children, even at their early age, they have the ability to self-control, and I believe that they are the happiest one in, what you are telling me.
But they controlled, according to the story, they controlled with another desire to get the reward. So they were not that way, they were discriminating, so this I should not take, or maybe that it is too costly for my father to. So they never discriminated. They were waiting for some other better thing. Oh, if I just somehow sit over here without touching it, maybe that I will get something more, something better thing. So that is another way, giving temptation to the mind to control for this present thing. So this is a different way he was telling perhaps. But ours is a different thing, that is, we know that there are two things, happiness temporary, happiness permanent. Now the temporary happinesses that I am having, I should not be so much attached to this, but if it comes, it is okay. So I am proceeding towards ultimate permanent happiness. What is that permanent happiness? Atma Jnana, God realization. And only to get the God realization, if I give up everything and sit like that, if I can, it is okay. But if I cannot, then it is better to satisfy the small happinesses and then proceed towards that. So that is the way all the time. And that is the reason in our country they used to give first Dharma Shiksha. First is Dharma. What is that? Religion? The Dharma means the religion, they say. Here the Dharma means your own responsibility, your duties. Then Artha. You have learned something, go out in the society, utilize that your knowledge, earn some money, satisfy your all desires. Then Kama, Dharma, Artha, Kama, then the Moksha. But in the beginning, when they were learning, they were told these are all temporary things. And if you go for the temporary things, you are going to suffer. So always fix your goal onto the permanent one. and permanent is moksha. But when you are traveling towards the permanent one, to the moksha, go step by step. Don't try to give a jump, then you will break your car. So that way, slowly, that is the training. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. See, that is the... Manu is giving the Dharma Shastra. Then Kautilya is giving the Artha Shastra. And Vatsayan giving the Kama Shastra. Upanishad is giving the Moksha Shastra. Isn't the Hinduism? So all they are the great people. But all they are giving all this so that people can slowly prepare them. That's why first we were discussing the happiness. What is happiness? We all know what is happiness. When our desires are satisfied, I am happy. Small desires are satisfied, I am happy. And after that I know this is temporary. And in the aeroplane, if one get the A, particularly in the southwest, they give the A, B, and from A1 to 30 and 31 to 60, and people are happy. Yeah, you're B, I am A.
Yes.
So very happy. That was okay. And go for it. Then the fellow, so he entered. That there is no reservation, no seat number. Anywhere you can choose and sit. And perhaps he wanted to get a L seat. And then he found, almost at the end, I also got there. So the A, he entered little early and went over there, and he was sitting by my side. So now I looked at him, didn't say anything because he was angry. So only to mention, see, A, B, everything is same. And then after 1 hour, when we were landed, nothing. So this is called vichar. This is called discrimination, small. But every moment if you go on discriminating, you will see your mind is alert. I am going to enjoy this. This is small. So many people have come. We are all enjoying the birthday and all these things. There you should not go in a grave face and you say, no, you see, one day we are going to die, so don't observe the birthday. Someday we are going to die, so don't observe the birthday. So what is this? So naturally, they are crazy people. That's why one should be very, very level-headed. One should be very, very discriminative, and every step enjoy. But don't be entangled in it. So this is the joy I want, and every day and I want, every moment I want. If you think in that way, you are lost. It cannot be. That in our day-to-day life, so many things happen. One lady is in India, in the remote part of India. She was very beautiful at her youth, at her young age. And people used to naturally call her the beautiful lady. Then afterwards she grew up and she gave her son to a marriage to another lady. She herself came. She herself chose that girl. She is natural, very, very beautiful. And when this young girl went over there, she chose that girl for her son. And now people started coming and, oh, so beautiful. And now she became so jealous and asked her son, you must go and leave him in Calcutta. Don't bring him. Bring us. Go and leave her there. Why the jealousy? Can you be beautiful all through? Is it possible? This discrimination is not there. She is thinking, I must get it every moment, every time, as long as it is not possible. That's why most of the cinema artists, the movie artists, they get frustrated. Because the discrimination is not there. When the time came, I enjoyed. Now it is not, this is my duty. And that is called dharma. So one should be taught when they are young, this dharma. So see, this is going to happen, and this is very, very practical. You should be ready. But at the same time, Whatever coming in your hand, enjoy that, and then afterwards give it up. So that is the secret of happiness, the dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Then in the Mahabharata again, the Bhrigu Bharadwaja Sambad. The Bhrigu and Bharadwaja Sambad means conversation. The Bharadwaja Muni, Bhrigu also, so they were having a conversation and they were asking in Sanskrit, Iha khalu asminscha loke bastum pravittaya sukhartam abhidhiyaste sukha prayojanartha arambha. Just a Iha here, khalu, certainly the munishcha loke, this world, bastum pravittaya, people, they want something. And sukhartham, for the sukha, for the happiness. Whatever they like to do, they do it for the happiness. Sukha prayojanartha arambha, anything that it begins for the sake of the joy, for the happiness. Anything that we begin for the sake of the happiness. Even this, the holy place, this institution, some people came forward and they started taking the name of God together. Then others also joined. Then some money came. They purchased a plot of land. Then naturally, and institutions coming up, they need as a discipline. There's somebody, as a committee was formed. Somebody became the president, somebody became the secretary, somebody convener, somebody the cashier, all this. Then fight. So, sukhartham, for the sukha, so naturally, you see, this is the practical thing. Why you made this? For the happiness. In some of the, most of the Hindu temples, if you go, the only thing they are not having the guns. Otherwise they would have been in the newspaper. Constantly fighting. There's a group, the people, they're trying to, the person who is the president, others are trying to pull him down. He has also made a group of people, they're also fighting. This is going on. Then one day I told them, why you people made this, the group of here in the temple. Oh Swamiji, Hindu Dharma, I say Hindu Dharma, but what is happening to you? Hindu Dharma, what will happen? Hindu Dharma, that's okay. Because millions and millions, thousands of years we are surviving. So many people came, they couldn't do anything. So don't worry about the Hindu Dharma. What about you? Why you came to temple? For the happiness. Now what is it? Every moment, not only he, even the whole family is naturally, his wife, his son, everybody is involved in that, their intention, and two groups constantly fighting. And what for? Ask yourself. So that is, very, very important. And here these two great souls, Bhrigu and Bharadwaja, they say dharma and artha is only for the sukha. The dharma, that means your own responsibility, and artha, your own capacity and responsibility, and that to satisfy that you need artha, you need money. So I have learned something, I have to do something, obviously you need money. So this is for sukha. Again, sukha